What is going on, comic book fans? Welcome back to the channel. And guys, today is March 14th of 2023. That means we're just one day away from the best day of the work week. Let me hear you say it. New comic book day. That's right, guys. New comic book day is just one day away. So that means this video, this one right here, is your Wednesday pull list or your hype video for New Comic Day, because I'm gonna get you guys so pumped and so excited about all the books that are on my pull list, because this week was one hell of a week. My almost top 5 list is like this long and it almost has all the books that didn't make the top 5 list on it, because that's how good this week was. But guys, let's not waste any more time, because this is probably gonna be a little bit longer of a video because there's so much to talk about. So guys, let's not waste any time. Let's jump right in to my pull list. Look at it, it's almost the whole entire widescreen. Alright guys, like I said, the pull list almost takes up the whole entire widescreen. That's absolutely insane. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and throw it up on screen right here because you guys couldn't see it before. There are 23, you heard right, 23 books on my pull list. There are 2 new number ones, and I've read every single book on this pull list that is not a new number one. So I'm all caught up, and that's why there's so many books on the almost top 5. But that is my pull list. There are 23 books. How many books are on your guys' pull list? Guys, let me know down in the comments below. Alright guys, let's go ahead and move on to the next section, which is my cover lover picks. Unlike last week, there's only 2 covers on my cover lover list. Last week, I think there was like 9 or 10. But guys, these are the 2 covers that I would consider picking up based on the cover art alone. But lucky me, I'm already picking these up because the stories are that good. But guys, the first cover that I want to show you guys is for Wildcats issue number 5. This is the cover B done by Dan Hipp. And if you guys have been watching the channel long enough, you guys know I am a huge Dan Hipp fan. And this cover is fantastic. Just look at his hand. There's a Wonder Woman sticker, a Green Lantern sticker, a Joker sticker, and the gun is a Batman bubble gun. That is so freaking cool. And the other cover that I want to show you guys is for Kaya number 6. Now this is the cover B as well, and it's a movie poster, and it's absolutely gorgeous. This is such a badass cover, especially if you guys have been reading this story like I've been telling you you should be reading this story. It is really freaking cool. But guys, those are the 2 cover lover picks for this week, which is March 15th of 2023. Let's go ahead and move on to the chopping block. Now normally the chopping block is first and then the cover lover picks, and I got screwed up this week because I was so excited to talk about those 2 covers. But guys, there is one book on the chopping block this week, and that is Darkwing Duck issue number 3. Now I'm chopping this from my pull list because this book is obviously targeted towards children and not adults. And I gotta say, I thought it was going to be targeted to more of an adult nature, but it's not, and that is okay because there needs to be more books for children. So I might actually continue to pick this up and give it to my younger son, Jack, because I think he would really enjoy this because this is a book right up his alley. But for me, I want a more adult book, so that's why this book is on the chopping block. Alright guys, let's go ahead and move over to the new number 1 that you guys should be excited about. There are 2 new number 1s on my pull list, but guys, I'm going to talk to you guys about one because I really like the writer on this book. And the book that I want to talk to you guys about is No One issue number 1. Now this is coming from Image Comics, and it's part of the whole super massive universe. Just think Radiant Black and all the other colors that they put out so far. But guys, this is coming from writer Brian Buccellato. Now if you guys don't know who he is, he wrote Chicken Devil. Chicken Devil Volume 1 is fantastic. I believe it came out in 2021, or maybe it was 2022, but it was such a great book. It was a lot like Breaking Bad with its own little twist. It was so good. But that's the main reason why I'm giving this book a shot, because I really enjoy the writer on this book. It also has art by Kyle Higgins. He's a pretty decent artist. But guys, just go ahead and listen to this synopsis. 10 months ago, the Richard Roe murder shocked the city of Pittsburgh. In the months since, the killings have sparked a dangerous political movement, copycat killers, and a mass vigilante who's still determined to hold the powerful accountable. Not a symbol, not a hero, they could be anyone. They're no one. That just sounds really freaking cool, and especially coming from the writer of Brian Buccellato. But guys, this is the new #1 that I think you guys should be excited about. Is this book already on your pull list? Have you not added it to your pull list? But after hearing that synopsis, you're gonna put it on your pull list? Guys, let me know down in the comments below. All right, guys, that is the new #1 that I think you guys should be excited about. Let's go ahead and move over to the very long list of the almost top 5. Now, at the beginning of this video, I told you that this was a great week in comics. And to give you guys a small idea of how good this week was, there are 12 books on the almost top 5, and there are only 23 books on my pull list. Only 23. But guys, that's how good this week was. That means 17 books in total were really, really good. All right, guys, let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and dive into this top 5, and I'm only gonna give you guys a brief idea of why these books were pretty good. All right, guys, the first book up is Avengers Forever, issue number 15. Now, this is a great Elseworld tale. We're on issue number 15, and issue number 14 was a story that was from the point of view of one of the Steve Rogers. That's right, one of the Steve Rogers. You guys just need to be reading this book. It is really good. You don't need to be reading the main Avengers book, even though now it's kind of tied into it. But guys, this book is so freaking good. After that, we have Red Goblin, issue number 2. That's right, Red Goblin from Marvel Comics is actually on this list. Now, this has Normie Osborn as the main character, and he has his own symbiote. But what is really cool about this symbiote is that it's not part of the larger symbiote-like hive. It's its own thing, and it's learning, and it's adjusting, and I think that is a really cool idea. I hope they do something really cool with it, because it is different from the whole other universe of Venoms. After that, we have Secret Invasion number 5, again from Marvel Comics. If you guys are not reading this like mini little event, you guys are missing out on a really cool freaking story. Just think Skrull Invasion, but Maria Hill is a goddamn badass in this book. And after that, we have Miles Morales Spider-Man issue number 4, another Marvel book. But guys, this book is super good. Be checking out this book. I don't want to go any more in detail, but guys, the cover A's on this book are freaking great. And after that, we have Behold Behemoth issue number 4. Now, this is a great independent title, and I would need a little more than just like 5 seconds to be able to describe this story to you. But this is about heaven and hell, and heaven's kind of left us, but they left us with some defenders, and it is just freaking awesome. I really enjoy this story. And after that, we have Black Cloak issue number 3. This is a great murder mystery, but it deals with a whole fantastical world of other creatures like, you know, fairies and trolls and goblins and all kinds of craziness and mermaids. It is really freaking good. And after that, we have Harrower issue number 2. This is a great horror book. I really enjoyed issue number 1. There's a great twist at the end of issue number 1. Make sure you guys are reading this book. And after that, another independent with Little Monsters issue number 11. This is coming from Jeff Lemire and Dustin Gwynn, and this book is really heating up. This was a slow build, but it's getting better and better with every single issue. And after that, another independent with Spy Superb issue number 3. This is the final issue of Matt Kint's really funny spy story. It is awesome. Make sure you guys are checking it out. And what I think is really cool is he did the writing and the artwork on this book. And the artwork really isn't that great, but it fits the story perfectly. And after that, we have another and the final independent with Monarch issue number 2. Now, I was telling you guys about this book a while ago. I read issue number 1 yesterday. It was fantastic. A really good read. Now, this is from the writer of Kill Philadelphia. I'm blanking on his name right now, but it is a great book. And what he did really good is character development. He got me hooked and really liking the main character in this book, and that is all I need to really enjoy a book, to really enjoy the main character and his motivations. All right, guys, we have 2 more books left, and next up is Wildcats issue number 5. Again, this story is getting better and better with every single issue. Matthew Rosenberg is bringing this story together, and I'm really enjoying it, and Grifter is such a great character. And there is one more book left, and it is an independent, so there is one more independent, and that is Kaya issue number 6. A great story about the 2 last humans on Earth, or at least they think they're the last 2 humans. They don't look like humans in the artwork, but guys, this book is fantastic. A brother and sister are just like, you know, fighting for survival with a lizard clan. It is crazy. It is good. You guys should be reading it. And those are all the books on the almost top 5. I ran through those pretty quickly. I didn't give you guys a lot of detail, but hopefully my energy was able to come through this camera and get you guys really excited. And if you guys are not reading any of those books, you will consider picking some of those up, because again, those are really good. And I apologize for Frank snoring. He is snoring so freaking loud right now. All right, guys, those are almost top 5. Let's go ahead and move in to my top 5 must-have pickups based on the story itself. This is a super heavy independent top 5 list this week. It's absolutely fantastic. I love when the top 5 list is just filled with independents. And the first book up is an independent. The number 5 book is Trojan, issue number 3. Now this is coming from writer Daniel Kraus and art by Lacey. That's all they put their name as. And the art in this book is okay. I don't love it. That's probably the weakest part of this book, but the story is absolutely fantastic. Now I'll give you a little bit of a background on this book. Magical creatures are real, but they've been pushed to the fringes of society. They're really out there. They're living in communities like in the woods. They're just like us humans have like pushed them out, and they're kind of losing their powers because no one really believes in them anymore. But there's a whole dark web out there, and they are capturing these creatures and they're torturing them and killing them, and it's basically like snuff porn. But guys, we meet a character in issue number 1, and she does something that you don't think she's going to do. It's really sad, it's heart-wrenching, but it totally gets flipped on its head in issue number 2. I love this story. It's absolutely fantastic, and I cannot wait to see where this is gonna go. This is not what I thought it was going to be. It is awesome. You guys need to be checking this out. There's only one cover this week and it's really good, but guys, let me know what you think. Have you guys been reading Trojan? Are you guys enthralled as much as I am? But guys, that is my number 5 book. Let's go ahead and find out what book is sitting in the number 4 seat. The one book from the big 2 that it's on this top 5 list is our number 4 book with Batman Incorporated, issue number 6, coming out this week. Now this is coming from writer Ed Brisson and art by Michael Bandini. But guys, this book is so good. The art on this book has been absolutely fantastic because it was drawn by John Timms. John Timms, I guess, is moving on with this book, at least for issue number 6, because Michael Bandini's taking over. But guys, this whole Ghostmaker storyline has been so great. Now, I thought he was going to be a throwaway character after James Tynion IV moved off the book. I thought they were going to like bury him, but no, they're really giving him some presence in this book and a great story, and they're backing him up with the whole Batman Incorporated team, and they're doing a great job of highlighting all those characters, but they're also bringing in all these really cool villains. I'm loving this story. I'm loving that they're giving Ghostmaker more depth, and I like that Clown Hunter is back in his old Clown Hunter uniform because his new one was god-awful that Ghostmaker gave him. But he's back in his old outfit, and guys, this is just a fun book that is expanding the Bat universe, and it's just great. It's a lot of fun, and if you guys like Batman and you want to expand your Bat universe, well, this is a book for you. All right, guys, that is my number 4 book. Let's go ahead and move on to my number 3. Alright guys, the number 3 book, which is right in the middle of my top 5 list, is the book that I shouted out on Cole Comics Claims video. He does a most anticipated video. It's one of my favorite videos to watch on YouTube, and Cole is just a really good friend of mine. But guys, I am talking about Last Barbarians, issue number 2, comes out this week. It is a great book. It's about a sister and brother who's come on hard times back when there was like basically barbarians, but there's a whole magical world out there of like wizards and all kinds of things, but we found out something tragic happened to this brother and sister. Their parents died, and also something happened to the brother. He's like 7'2", but something happened to his brain, and he's dumb as bricks now. So his younger sister has to take care of him, and she's a jack of all trades, but in this world, you cannot be a jack of all trades. No, you're supposed to join a guild and master a craft. She's having a really hard time because she's refusing to master a craft. She wants to be a jack of all trades, and she's running out of money, and then they get kicked out of their house, but then they come upon this person who is looking for anyone to join their crusade to go do something. But then one of her friends is like, don't do it. He's really shifty. But you know what? She says, screw you, and I'm going to do it. So we're going to find out what's going to happen in this book. It's a lot of fun. It's really funny. The artwork is okay. But guys, the covers on this book have been fantastic so far, and it's just a good read. The story is super, super solid. All right, guys, that is my number 3 book. Let's go ahead and move on to my number 2. Alright guys, the book that's in my number 2 spot is Nemesis Reloaded, issue number 3. Now this is coming from Mark Millar. That's right, Cole, I said it right, Mark Millar. And artist Jorge Jimenez. And if you guys are not reading this book, what are you doing? I've told you guys multiple times you need to be reading this book because it's written by Mark Millar, and it also has art from Jorge Jimenez. And this is about basically an evil Batman character, and he's a freaking badass. He's even more badass than Owlman. And if you don't know who Owlman is, go check out like the whole alternate universe over at DC Comics. They have like Ultraman and Owlman and like an evil Wonder Woman. They're a really evil team, but Nemesis is so much more evil than Owlman. He is such an evil badass. He's basically turned the city of Los Angeles on its head. He's put a $10,000 bounty on every single cop head that you can bring him. There are groups of kids out there murdering cops in this book. It's gruesome, it's crazy, and it's awesome. And in issue number 2, we got the background of how Nemesis became Nemesis. It is so good, or at least the beginning of that story. It was so freaking good. But guys, that is my number 2 book, an awesome book from Mark Miller and Jorge Jimenez. Jorge Jimenez is one of the best artists out there in the game. So you guys just pick it up. A great writer, great artist making this book. All right, guys, let's go ahead and find out what the number 1 book that I'm most excited about coming out this week, again, which is March 15th of 2023. All right, guys, the number 1 book that I'm super excited about picking up this week is the final independent that I'm going to tell you guys about because we're at the end of the list, and that's it. It's Nocterra issue number 12. Now, this is written by the great Scott Snyder and art by Tony S. Daniel. Now, if you've not read any of this story up to this point, what are you doing? You're now 11, 12, 13 issues behind because there are 11 issues before this, and there are 2 specials, the Blacktop Bill special and the Val special. Go read all of those. They are freaking fantastic. It's about a world that's gone dark and all these creatures have risen up. They're covered in black goo and they're crazy. And if you are out in the darkness for too long, you'll succumb to this blackness and you'll become a monster yourself. But there's a group of humans out there that are trying to keep the lights on, and they're trying to find a way to turn the lights back on and get rid of all these creatures. And there are just so many amazing stories along the way. But guys, I'm not going to tell you anything else about the story. That's all you need to know. Pick this up. You need to know that it's written by Scott Snyder. Almost everything he touches is fantastic. And it's art by Tony S. Daniel, an amazing artist. And it's a crazy, out there, post-apocalyptic story. It's a lot of fun, a lot of action, a lot of heart-wrenching moments in this book, and it's just a great story. Be picking it up. Issue number 12 drops this week or tomorrow. And again, some great covers. That one by Jay Lee is fantastic. The one in 25 is the black and white version. There's also a really cool one in 50 that's black and white of cover A. Just a great book, guys. And that is the end of this really heavy independent week, which was so good. I love independent comics, and you guys should too. If you're only reading the big 2, break out, go read some independents because they have some amazing stories. But guys, that is it for this list. Let's go ahead and wrap this video up. Alright guys, we have made it to the end of the video. Now, if you guys are still watching this video right now, you guys know exactly what you are. Let me hear you guys say it. You guys are legends. Thank you guys so much for supporting the algorithm and getting us out there to more people. Now, if you guys enjoyed that video right there and you guys enjoy comic book content and you guys are not subscribed, what are you guys doing? Get yourself subscribed, hit that bell for notifications, and smash that like button. And guys, last but not least, guys, leave a comment down below letting me know what's on your pull list. What is the book that you're most excited about? Let me know down in the comments. All right, guys, I do have at least one more video to produce for you guys this week outside of my final order caught off speculation and recommendations video. I got a box of CGC books right here, but I also have a bunch of packages that have come in, but I've already opened the packages, but I have a nice haul video that I can show you guys. There's a lot of really good books in there, and there are some giveaway books in there as well. So if that video does not drop this week, it will drop next week. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, if you guys have not hit that like button, make sure you do before you peace out, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.